Hi Cancer, this is your weekly tarot reading from the 20th through to the 26th of April 2015. My name's Angie and this is the Oracle Life, and we'll get started on your week. This week I thought I'd try something different for us all, and I hope it works out well. I'm doing a mini Celtic cross sort of reading. It has an obstacle, advice, the unexpected, the future possible outcome, and the general issue or the current message for the week. Okay, so we'll get started for Cancer. So we'll just do this. Now, if any cards fly out, they go straight down where they're supposed to go. And if none pop out, I usually pull out the last one that I'm holding, like that. Okay. So I hope you've had an awesome weekend, guys. And I hope this week turns out to be a lot more brilliant than last week. And if last week was good, then I'm sure this week will pan out even better. Okay, so we'll see what you're having, what you're up against this week, and how we can help guide you around those situations. Okay, for Cancer. None are trying to fly out at me today. Some star signs they fly out, some they don't. So there we go. But it still gives us a message for the proper star signs. Okay, so at the end I will offer a Magical Unicorns Oracle deck card. Okay, so here we go. Okay, the first main message for the week for Cancerians is the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is all about... it's all about boredom and feeling discontent at the start of the week. And that is the main issue that you'll be facing most of the week. Sorry about that. See how they're very content. Their cups are full. And there's one being offered from the universe. But see how his eyes are closed? He's bored. He's sitting there just chilling out. And he can't see the new offering that's coming. So there is a new offering that's coming, and he's got his eyes... looks like he's got his eyes closed. No, they're slightly open, but it's just saying that you're feeling a little bit bored and discontent at the start of the week. But the universe is trying to offer you something, but you don't see it, it seems to me. Okay, but we'll have a look at the other cards and see what that means. But that's the main message. You're feeling a little bit bored or discontent this week. So we'll see what the advice or the guiding direction for you to go in this week. And it is the King of Swords. So it's telling you to be a bit practical this week. And it's also telling you to be a lot more... excuse me, pussycat. This cat's silly this week. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Stop knocking it over. She keeps knocking over all my papers. Okay, so the King of Swords is all about someone who could be connected to law or government, or could be a man in uniform this week. So maybe some of you are discontent in your job because it's a man in uniform, but it can also mean... so this is the advice. The advice is telling you to be very practical in your approach to life, and also to be... he's very sure of himself. So to be a bit more sure of yourself this week, Cancerians. That's the advice this week. Because you're feeling a little bit bit disheartened or discontent, that you're not feeling 100% happy. You've got 3 cups there, and one's being offered to you. So it's just telling you to be a bit more practical. He's very clear-minded. He's very mature. So the advice is to be very mature in your thoughts as well this week, Cancerians. So for the unexpected or a lesson learned this week, and you have the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Sorry, I said the Nine of Wands. So in the unexpected, there's going to be some swift movements. There's going to be... it could possibly represent you, that you could be very practical. The advice that you've taken is to be practical, and that helps you to become very quick-minded, you know, like the King of Swords. And that's in the unexpected, or the lesson learned, that maybe you learned your lesson to be very practical. And you learnt how to be very quick-minded, like the King of Swords. He can be very quick-minded too. And the Knight of Wands is all about swift movement, like fast movement, like he's rushing into a situation. So for some of you, I'd advise out there not to rush into a situation. That's in the unexpected. Don't rush into a situation. Or that could be a lesson. Just stop running into situations too quickly without thinking first and being practical. So maybe that's why it's saying here in the advice to think before you rush into something like the Knight of Wands, and to be very practical, and to be very mature in your thoughts, and be very clear-minded. Yeah, I can't find the words today. I'm struggling to get the words out today. Okay, so the challenge or the obstacle for you guys this week is the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about contemplating time. So this is in your obstacle or a challenge. So that's your challenge this week, is to take some time out and contemplate and spend some time alone, which is going back to this. This is taking time out, being bored, discontent, you know, thinking, sitting up against a tree and just reminiscing and thinking about things. Okay? So this is in your challenge this week, is for you to really sit down and contemplate and think clearly. And that was the advice here too, is to think clearly and very practical this week for some Cancerians. So the Hermit is all about taking one step at a time too. So the challenge is for you to not rush, and that's one step at a time. There we go again. The Knight tends to rush into situations. Okay, so this is the advice. Be practical. Take your time out. It's okay to be bored, because being bored gets us to think. Okay, so you're going to have a pretty relaxed week, Cancerians, from what I can tell. But we'll see what, if you do some of the advice that you've been shown here today, this will be the future outcome by the end of the week. Oh, there we go. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which turns out to be good. If you take some time out, you know, at the start of the week you are a bit bored, okay? Then you start thinking a bit practical and very clear-headed and very maturely, okay? For some of you Cancerians. And then you feel like you want to rush into a situation, but, you know, the lesson is not to rush in. Take your time and really think about things. And that's what your challenge was here, was to think about things, take one step at a time, and to go within and take some time out for yourself to spend some time alone. And when you do that, you're going within. And when you go within, you can't go wrong. Do you know what I mean? And look what you end up with. Okay? So the Ace of Pentacles is all about finance, property. Some of you may buy a new property. Some of you, maybe that's what it was about. Maybe you were trying to be practical in your, maybe you're trying to buy a house. Maybe you're trying to be practical, but all you want to do is rush in. But it keeps telling you to take one step at a time, if you can see what I mean. Because that could be about buying a home. That's one example. Or it could be about unexpected monies that you weren't counting on. The unexpected at the end of the week. Or it could represent, what else could it represent? It could be the start of a successful business venture for some of you. It could be the start of, well, it could be like a mortgage, like a house. That's a big purchase. That's a big thing. So it could be that, if that's to do with a house or a purchase or something like that. It's also about, you could receive some important documents by the end of the week, maybe for some of you, or receive an unexpected gift, financial gift that you weren't counting on. That could come in for you this week, Cancerian. So there you go. That looks pretty good by the end of the week. So don't forget, if you'd like a more detailed reading for yourself, you can drop me a line at theoraclelife@gmail.com. I am getting the website up and going this week, so you'll be able to head across to there and just check out some of the prices and some of the things for private readings. And I just want to thank all of you for all your subscribing, all your beautiful comments, telling me to keep going with my talent, and I appreciate it, and that I'm accurate in most areas, so thank you so much. You know, you're helping fill up my emotional bank, so I thank you very much for that. So we'll see what your Magical Unicorns Oracle card suggests. Okay, well, your card suggests to you to forgive. It's time to let go of anger or blame. Okay, and that could be the reason why here at the start of the week you were a bit discontent and a bit upset, you know, a little bit upset. So it's saying to you that you need to forgive. And when you forgive, by the end of the week, this comes in. Okay? But sometimes if we don't do what's required in the reading, these don't come about for some Cancerians. Do you know what I mean? You have to do certain things. Like sometimes it can be as simple as changing your routine. Like instead of going to work a certain way, you could take a different route. And that'll set you on a new path in life. It's really sometimes simple. Or getting up at a different time. Say if you get up at 7 o'clock every morning and then you choose to get up at 5, you might have a lot more luck once you get up at 5 o'clock every morning. Okay? So things can happen, but it's just saying here at the start of the week you're a little bit discontent, a little bit, you're happy but you're a little bit upset at the same time about something. And unfortunately that didn't show me here what it was really entailing about being upset. But it could be about a home. It could be time to let go of blame and anger towards parents, towards a job you work for, but it'll all pan out, okay? If you forgive, when you forgive everything, even though you don't think they deserve to be forgiven, you make yourself feel at peace. And when you feel at peace, you feel balanced. And when you feel balanced, these things come into play, okay? So give that a go this week, Cancerians, and I hope that helps you for most of this week. So drop me a line, let me know if it resonates with you, and I'd love to help you out on your life's journey. So drop me a line at theoraclelife@gmail.com. See you next week. Bye for now.